Hello Gemini, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect, and this is your reading for December 2019 or thereabouts. It's a very general reading. The timelines can, drift a little. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Pretty sure I'm reading for a masculine here, but you feel free to switch your genders. This is probably going to sound like a bit of a harsh reading, Gemini, so it's very likely I'm reading for the person you're thinking of when you listen to this reading, or indeed it can be yourself. I think, and I'm not sure if it was last month, but we did get the one where you'd thrown a grenade into it, and I think the Destroyer card came up then. I've not looked back, but I do have it at the very base of your reading along with the Knight of Wands. But Gemini, your own cards here, the Lovers and the Magician, are both in reverse, which is a huge issue, suggesting that you're very much not in your own energy. I don't know if you're actually, you're certainly imbalanced. It could even be physical. It would appear to be with regards to a love relationship, but it could be a member of your family, if that doesn't work for you. Okay, I'm just going to dig in. So at the base of the deck in your energy, I have got the Magician in reverse and the Fool, with my Healer card as in reverse also, as my archetype for the Magician specifically. So with the Magician being in reverse here, I mean, it is, as I said, your own energy. It just could mean you're very much out of sorts just now. But with him being in reverse, he is my manipulator. It does sort of suggest kind of like you've lost your way a little bit. You're maybe not taking initiative in certain areas of your life that need attention. You might not feel that you have the proper skills and abilities just presently. But yeah, I feel you've lost your way. I do think there is an issue with self-sabotage here. I did get through Don't Let Me Get Me. I'm my own worst enemy. And with the Healer in reverse, now this can sort of suggest that you are taking advantage of people that actually do need help, or indeed that you need help yourself, that you need actual maybe physical help, mental help. It very much could be that. I really just feel your energy is very, very scattered. And I also have at the base of my clarifying deck, my Fairy Oracle, the Unity card in reverse, which is also a number one. Magician is a number one card as well. Obviously with the Fool here, and it's like you want a brand new start, you want a fresh slate, everything to be like cleansed and purified, but you're currently not really able to manifest that or initiate it or do very much about it, Gemini, because you're not, your headspace is not clear. It almost feels like fuzzy thinking currently. And with my Unity card being in reverse, that's feeling alienated. It's feeling possibly lonely, unwanted. It's suggesting that what needs to be attended to or healed with my Healer card here is actually your own attitudes and beliefs that are possibly contributing to this feeling of separateness. Or how to reconcile with others, with a partner or a family member, someone that you're certainly separated from, because I am getting that you fear that you've lost something here, Gemini, something or someone from your past that you would very much like back. That's in your fears. I'll come on to that. But you're currently sort of being very defensive. You're keeping your distance. And with it being Unity in reverse, this is suggesting there's no trust in the current situation. There's not a lot of love going around. There's certainly no ecstasy. And that you need to reach out from a place of selflessness and compassion. Now that may be to another person. It may actually be for help from someone. But I really do, as I say, I do feel you need some help currently, Gemini, in your current situation. Okay, that's all very general. So at the heart of the matter, here's your card in reverse, the Lovers in reverse. I thought I had more major arcana. Lovers in reverse and my Gotcha card in reverse. So in reverse, as I say, is your own energy that's upside down again, but it can be a breakup. This might be at the very heart of the matter, or what's going on around you, or others that you're dealing with. It can mean a divorce. It's certainly very regretful. And with Gotcha in reverse, this is sort of suggesting that you feel really stuck in this situation. It's almost like it's been going on forever. It's been like mired down in a bit of a, you know, heavy, swampy energy. That can feel that you're feeling very low. You may just be very, very bored with the situation. It could even indicate some pain, physical or mental. The need in this card is for some sort of voluntary sacrifice. There's something it's been outgrowing, but you're still holding on to. And I've written that the only true meaningful sacrifice is ourselves, our time, our energy, our attitudes and beliefs. So that's twice the attitudes and beliefs have come up. So it just feels that your perspective is off in a certain situation, Gemini, that's causing you a great deal of grief. The sort of a remedy, if you like, is to do voluntary work, be of service to others, repay any debts you've got, karmic or, you know, otherwise. But with my martyr card being here and with these two cards being in reverse, I'm sort of looking at it on its shadow side, because it is kind of suggesting that there's a controlling, manipulative will here as well, that you're maybe utilizing the suffering of others. I don't know how to explain this. It just feels very manipulative, Gemini. It may be that you're just straight up feeling very sorry for yourself. You may actually be sick just now, and it may have been going on for a very long time. It could be to do with a broken relationship that you're still not over, or the partner that you're currently with, you're just not on the same page. There's no love there currently. And you're feeling very, I think, alone and unwanted, because in your blockage position, I have got my 5 of Cups upright with my green woman in reverse. So the green woman can represent a person, and that's her sort of having exited the story, if you like. This is your obstacle. This is what's causing you the trouble. If it's not an actual individual, it indicates that there's kind of stunted growth here again. It's about hitting dead ends, and it's continually choosing wrong directions that are inappropriate for you. And it's going from one extreme to another. Like, you know, the big pendulum shift between, you know, major growth to complete, you know, dead stop. It's in its destructive mode. The energy of the growth itself is gone wild. It's all a bit sort of ride or die, and it's also repression. There's stuff that you're maybe not releasing. I just don't think you have processed currently a relationship breakup or a divorce in the past, and it is really causing you some major problems here, Gemini, and it's something that absolutely needs to be addressed, or it could manifest itself physically. I need you. I'm going to deal with the base of the matter, which is certainly an issue. I mean, to be honest, Gemini, it all is. The destroyer with the Knight of Wands here. So my destroyer is, my hot temper. It's my sabotage. It's blowing everything up. Sorry, I thought I'd taken more notes. I hadn't. I've gone out midway through my note-taking to the shops. With the Knight of Wands, this is, your player type energy. I just feel this is kind of uncontrollable. This is at the very core, your subconscious, either that which you don't know, or something that affects everything else in your life. And I do think it is around maintaining or managing your anger. With the Knight of Wands, it is pure fire energy. It could be it's very sexual as well. It could mean that you're maybe have had a lot of partners, or I think you may have had you know, either an extramarital affair or had, you know, a third party type situation, and it's that's kind of at the core of the current issues. And this is what we got last month as well with throwing the grenade in. It's deliberately destroying, for whatever reason, that which is good in your life, because you just want to have fun. So I just feel it's a lack of self-control. I think it's like, you know, seeing a shiny bubble and just running off in that direction. And it may well be that that kind of behaviour has actually damaged a really important relationship, or a number of important relationships in your life. But this is at the absolute subconscious, this Knight of Wands, who you take with a pinch of salt. He comes, he goes, he takes what he wants. He is my player. He can be my sort of one night stand guy, usually pretty promiscuous, and that could actually be at the very core of your issues. And in your crowning card, either the best you can achieve, but do you know what, when I was trying to get the best you can achieve out, we always put our question or intention into the cards at the time of drawing, and I couldn't get one out, so I actually switched it to what's your crowning card, what's immediately apparent in the seeker's life. And I have got the Two of Cups with the Jehovah in reverse. I've clarified this down because it's obviously pretty important. So the Two of Cups is the relationship itself, so you know, with the Lovers being in reverse and the Two of Cups, I've also got my Six of Cups coming up here in your fears. As I say, it does seem to be around an emotional or a love connection or a partnership of some kind. And with Jehovah in reverse, this is actually telling you that that what you're feeling could actually be justified, Gemini. In his upright position, he's a bit like the bogeyman. You know, he's just our imaginations running wild, and, you know, unjustified fears that need to be faced down. And in this position, it kind of is suggesting that there is actually something a bit ugly in the closet. It can also suggest that because I've now got I've clarified it with my storm warning and deceit, so I sort of feel that the clouds that are on the horizon are because you have lied about something through either with my Page of Swords and Eight of Wands, it's communication. You've lied about some sort of communication, lied about some sort of travel, overseas travel, either written or verbally. I'm not saying it's you, Gemini. This could be the person you're dealing with. You understand that. But there is lies here. And on this, I got take your medicine like a man. Now, that could be that you're just currently looking at this spread, receiving sort of karmic repercussions from actions that you've taken. Or it can actually mean that, you know, you do need to see a doctor, Gemini, especially with my healer in reverse here and your own card twice in reverse. I do think you might need to get some help, whether it be, you know, a medical doctor or maybe a therapist. If it's not that, it is straight up karmic repercussions. I think you have possibly lied about a third party situation, maybe about the fact that you've maybe been playing around. It doesn't have to be that. It could just be that you have got very powerful sabotaging instincts that you can't quite control. And it's with my contract in reverse and the Three of Cups. So this can be the ending of a friendship, the ending of a relationship of some sort, but it can also sort of suggest a broken third party situation, and that's what the deceit is around. So I do think that's really why this relationship, which is still at the very core of the matter, has been turned on its head, shall we say. In the past, you did seem to have some real high hopes here with my Penelope Dreamweaver and the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is very young energy. It's about making an offer, albeit quite a small one. It's sort of, it can be like the start of a new business or a hobby that you develop into a business with the Page of Pentacles. It's a very patient child. It can be around a job or a raise or money matters. And there's been a lot of hopes around this. I'm not delving into that too greatly, Gemini, because it's in the past, or it's certainly on the way out. And in your immediate future, I have got the Seven of Wands with the Friend. So there's a lot of infighting here with the Seven of Wands. This is very competitive energy, a lot of rivalry. It can be sort of like persevering, competing within a group or for someone. But with it being a friend, it could just be one friend, or it can be a group of friends, or even your family. But with this, I mean, this card would normally sort of suggest support and aid, but it would seem that there's an issue here. And there seems to be an awful lot of people in the mix, Gemini. Yeah, everybody was Kung Fu fighting is what I'm getting. My songs will be below. If you're not familiar with my readings, please do listen to them. So it's not just about a relationship. I'm sort of getting like, you know, peripheral issues as well. And Seven of Wands is, you know, it's pretty hard going. It's quite overwhelming. I'll take another card on it. Did I not take any animal cards for you? I didn't. But see, I meant to finish this off when I went out, and then I didn't. Okay. Cover your ears while I shuffle. It can be horrible noise. Spirit, can we please clarify the Friends with the Seven of Wands for Gemini? Friends with the Seven of Wands for Gemini. It might be with regards to the wife, the partner, the mother. Seven of Wands, the Ten of Wands again. That's trying to stand your ground, but feeling pretty exhausted, Gemini. Seven of Wands with the Friends for Gemini. Seven of Pentacles. We've got two sevens. These are your spiritual lessons here. There might even be a child in the mix here. This is harvest time. This is kind of like you're reaping what you've sown. It's delays as well. You're sort of waiting for your return on investment here, but it's a lot of fighting over it. It could be over it with regards to a home. And there's the Empress again. That's twice she's tried to come out. So that is your own mother or your wife or someone you consider to be the Empress. It can be that you're waiting for things to sort of resolve themselves. But there's just an awful lot of infighting here. There's just, there's no harmony currently. There's no unity. There's no coming together. And yet you still have some hope here, Gemini. So where you'll find yourself in this time period is the Ace of Swords in reverse with Nellis the Alchemist. So possibly no communication, but this is lies. I have got quite a lot of lying cards here. I've got this Ace of Swords in reverse. I've got a Seven of Swords coming up. I've got the Deceit card here as well. Is that it? Yeah. So I think this is what you may be hoping to transform. Nellis comes in to try and get things that are stuck moving again, you know. And she sort of shows us the way, maybe even shows us the error of our ways with the Ace of Swords in reverse. This is conflict as well though, Gemini. Especially in my Mythic Tarot deck, even upright, this is a real upsurge of energy. But with any aces being in reverse, it's sort of like a cancelled start as well. It would normally sort of indicate, you know, something very new, a new idea. It feels like an old conflict. Now, Nellis may actually indicate an individual coming in your near future to help you change a situation. Or it could just be that, you know, you're hoping to maybe come clean or resolve this conflict, whatever it may be. Why is Nellis here for Gemini, please, Spirit? Got the Strength card in reverse. So there's a lack of courage here, and I actually feel it's a lack of energy, because, as I say, your own energy is in reverse, Gemini. I just don't think you currently have the strength to deal with this situation, to maybe right some wrongs, to try and sort this conflict out, to reopen the communication if that's been an issue. Because you're feeling weak. I think you're feeling unsupported as well. It could be with regards to a legal matter. Okay, and in terms of how you're being viewed as the Four of Swords and the Sage in reverse here. So someone who's taking a time out, who's choosing a direction, who's in a sort of healing mode, trying to heal a situation, but someone also that's made some poor decisions here through lack of foresight. Gemini, my Sage is a bit like, well, he's your Hermit as well, which is actually the sort of Four of Swords is mini arcana of the Hermit card. But it sort of suggests that there's been a lack of mental discipline, a lack of organization. You may be seen as someone who's been a bit erratic, who's not currently maybe, or is struggling to what's the word? Pull your thoughts together in a sort of cohesive manner. I just feel there's maybe a lot of stuff in your head here, Gemini. I am going to say that there can also be my Vengeance card with the Sage. He's my eye for an eye card. So this conflict, this competition, this battle that's, you know, possibly got you really pissed off or angry in the past has made you want to seek revenge. You want your own back. Maybe because someone has hurt you physically, or broken your heart, with the Three of Swords being the predecessor to the Four here. So it's turned a bit sort of, you know, putrid, really, if that is the case. And that's where this is sort of, you know, feeling sorry for yourself with the Martyr here. You have to take your medicine like a man, though, Gemini. To me, this suggests that this is your doing. Especially with the Destroyer here. This is self-sabotage. This is something that you have very much played a big role in. And now it may be that you're not enjoying the outcome, you know, as I say, the karmic repercussions, and now you want to take get your own back on someone for maybe not, for you know, for whatever part they played in your current situation. And in your hopes, Gemini, you're hoping to transform this situation with the Knight of Cups. This is about making a love offer, an approach to someone, can sort of suggest some sort of apology. I do have my Advocate in reverse here. This is embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. So you're not coming from the right place, is what I'm going to say, Gemini. There's just something a wee bit twisted still. It's just not. Have a look at my Advocate card and see what's, can help me some words. Hammer time. Actually, there just seems like a lot of fighting, and it feels quite, you know, major. And Advocate, the shadow side. Someone who lacks devotion. This could be like, if you're in a legal situation, this could be your solicitor, your lawyer, an environmentalist, whoever they are. They're not any good at what they're doing, or they may be actually, you know, crooked. You might be hoping this is maybe the person you want to get vengeance on. Maybe somebody has ripped you off in the past, or someone who has represented you legally has done a really shitty job about it. And you're hoping that that situation can, you know, resolve itself. That you'll get the rewards that you're due. But you are also coming through from an emotional heart space here, Gemini, with the Knight of Cups. This is my Casanova. And he's heading towards his fear. This is your fear, Gemini, the Six of Cups, and it'll be the Retriever in reverse. So you're fearing that you've lost someone from your past. The Six of Cups, this is my soulmate card. It's also heavy, heavy nostalgia. It can be a friendship, it can be a love. It depicts Psyche waiting patiently for Eros's return and ignoring all her other options, accepting her part, the part she's played in the current situation, and just waiting for him to come back. But your fear is that you're not going to be able to get this back, Gemini, that either this person has been disloyal or your disloyalty has meant that you've lost this person. Because LB is all about loyalty and being the protector upright. But it's retrieving lost hopes and wishes. So it's something from your past you would like to get back in your fear position. And you are coming from an emotional heart space, making an approach to something from your past that you would like to transform. But there's underlying energy here, Gemini, that is still suggesting that there's some sort of deceit and just not complete honesty at the very base of it. And in your outcome, or, you know, probable outcome, there are various outcomes, but if we continue to, you know, do what we've always done, this is the most likely outcome. And the most likely outcome is the Seven of Swords. This is my lying card, my cheater, my it's actually very murderous. This is Orestes going through the Tyne in the middle of the night to murder his mother. It's something it's done in the dark. It's getting away with something. It's not being straight. It's not being honest. As I say, I think that has been why this, or at least very much played a part in your current situation. And it seems like with another 7, so that's 3 sevens. Is it just 3? Let me just check. Oh, card down. 3 sevens. These are all lessons, Gemini. I'm not sure you're getting it. I'm really not sure you're getting it. It's almost like how much karma do you need to endure before you change your ways? Because I've got the Singer of Intuition in reverse here. So this is like, it's a bit like the Sage, you know, having foresight, being, you know, powers of future foresight. But with intuition in reverse, it's you don't know. Your perceptiveness is off. Your awareness is off. And it is with regards to this bright mother who may be, you know, your lovers, your 2 of Cups. Maybe a Cancerian, often my Cancer card. She is, you know, one of my feminine principles. She's all about creativity, nurturing. But in this deck and in this card, I sort of feel she's giving you the cold shoulder. And that may be what's turned you on your head. But honestly, Gemini, I don't think it's just a relationship. I think that's at the absolute core of it. It's someone from your past. But there's other stuff going on here, Gemini. There's an awful lot of conflict. And given that you still have, you would still like to get someone back from your past. I'm not seeing that that's where this animosity is coming from. It's almost, there is something else here. But basically, you're still not coming in straight, Gemini. You're still being deceptive, and your intuition is off with regards to whoever this bright mother represents to you. I mean, it can be your own energy. It could be your mother, because I do have the Empress down here again, or it's your wife. Okay. What else? A Gemini is putting me in mind of one of my first readings I did for you, which would have been at the tail end of last year, probably round about now, and it was called Shit Show. And there was, you wanted vengeance then as well. Okay. Advice card, please, for Gemini for December 2019. I'm sorry this is a bit of a rubbishy flat one, but, you know, just got to read what comes out. Gemini, December 2019. What's the advice you can give for Gemini? Yeah, I think you're superstitious. I think you need to choose a path, because this Magician in reverse in my Mythic Tarot is at a crossroads and choosing a path. So you may be choosing a pathway, Gemini, but I sort of feel that you keep choosing the wrong one. And that's why Gotcha is in reverse here. Is that he keeps choosing the wrong path and not learning from it. Oh, there we go. How lovely. Right. I just sort of feel that this is my Empress here again. Feel loved and comforted, Mother Earth. Or it's maybe a relationship with your own mother, Gemini. Advice for Gemini. Release the old and rest. It's not really helping, Gemini. I'm not really digging or feeling that deck. I'm going to try another. Advice, please, for Gemini. Please like, please subscribe, even if you don't like the message. You know, still half an hour of my time and then some. If you would like a personal, all my information is below. Gemini. Look at what message you have for Gemini for this reading. What's the best message you can offer Gemini? Bloody hell. The unending sadness of looking back, endless regret, obsessive grief, replaying the past, and negative nostalgia. That pretty much sums it up. And I have got my butterflies in gloom, but that is after sadness, happiness, and hope returns. Let me just read this one to Gemini. 36. Really, if there's stuff that you need to put right, Gemini, with people, please do it sooner rather than later. This Saturn-Pluto conjunction that's coming up in January is not taking any prisoners. It really isn't. And those of us who haven't, you know, made amends with issues with people from our past, or any wrongdoings, I really do feel it is heavily karmic. So please attend to or put right what you can before then. The unending sadness of looking back. I'll just read the minimum bit because it's too bloody depressing. Your focus on the pain of the past increases its power. Let it go. This early life form wishes you to know that it belongs in the past. It does not want to be recreated again and again and again. It does not have any desire to be the source of your pain. You are giving your energy, your breath, your own life to the existence of one who makes no demands on you. The past has hurt you indeed, but it is long gone. The harm you suffer from now is by your own hand. And I did get, don't let me get me, I'm my own worst enemy. You're offering yourself to the past as a victim, nursing pain and being suffocated. That's my martyr, that's my healer in reverse. Represented by this ancient trilobite, the being you have created from the past who wants to be a fossil, but whom you insist on bringing to life. Your true self wants only to be free and be allowed to evolve and change. And for your own sake, you must allow the past to fade so the wound can heal, so the scar can knit and become a mark of power. You can do this. Fossils are totems of our ancient past. Our past is fascinating, our past is rich, and our ancestry is worth investigating. But to live there, to cry because we believe we are no longer at that one perfect time in our lives, is to deny the gifts of the present and the treasures of the future. When this card appears for you, know that you are experiencing an epiphany, that your sadness is now of your own making, for you are recycling the moment in the past when all changed. when your world failed you, and this is preventing you from opening and being fully alive now. This is not a death, but a long, lingering non-life, a twilight life, a kind of way of preventing yourself from the possibility of ever being hurt again. Please allow yourself to come back to us from this land of unburied pain, slowly if you must. But place the past and its unrealized promise down, bury it, let it become a memory, and allow your guides to bring you into the beauty of life once again. There is a possibility of experiencing strong and compulsive nostalgia and regrets, thinking about an old issue over and over and believing life has robbed or cheated you somehow, and forgetting to glory in the incredible blessing of breathing in and out. There may also be a fixation on past lives and early childhood hurts, an obsession with finding what went wrong to explain your pain. Fight all that, you will win. Oh, bloody hell, that's really harsh, Gemini. But it sort of brings the whole reading together in a tidy way. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you find it useful at the very least. I hope things improve for you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.